years of absolute neglect will bury a property under thick vegetation, hiding structural damage beneath the brush. Reclaiming a site like this begins with sheer mechanical force, cutting back decades of overgrown root systems to find the foundation. This structure has sat empty for a long time, quietly surrendering its courtyard to the earth. To assess the true condition of the masonry, the perimeter must be completely exposed. The heavy brush cutter shears through fibrous stalks, leaving behind a clean plane of workable ground. The first day is entirely about subtraction. Every pass with the blade or broom reveals another square foot of concrete or brickwork. A massive pile of accumulated debris has to be hauled out before any reconstruction can even be visualized. Stripping away this organic layer is exhausting, but it establishes the blank slate. Only now can the actual restoration begin. With the perimeter cleared, the focus shifts below grade. A continuous mix of aggregate and Portland cement is prepared to reinforce the base. Trenching out the soil allows this concrete to lock directly into the earth, preventing future settling. Masonry relies on a perfectly tempered mortar bed. If the mixture is too dry, it won't adhere properly to the porous clay. If it is too wet, the courses will sink under their own weight. A low retaining wall defines the boundary, but it also serves a crucial structural role, keeping moisture away from the primary structure. As the courses rise, leveling the mortar ensures that compressive loads distribute evenly straight down. The alignment must be flawless. Moving inward, the floor requires extensive modification. Breaking through the original slab exposes the dense, compacted subsoil below, which must be trenched to accommodate modern utility lines. Laying PVC piping beneath the grade requires precise sloping to maintain gravity flow. Securing these pipes with wet concrete anchors them firmly, protecting the lines from ground shifts and pressure overhead. High above the ground, the roofline requires careful inspection. The weathered eaves have borne the brunt of seasonal humidity and extreme temperature swings. Exposed electrical junctions hint at the modern amenities soon to be integrated into the ancient facade. wooden roof frame is now fully assembled, ready for the external envelope. Securing these dark, overlapping tiles is a methodical process of managing water flow. Each piece must overlap exactly, creating a cascading barrier that sheds heavy rain away from the timber structure. Driving screws through the tiles fastens them tightly against the wooden slats, creating a rigid membrane capable of withstanding high wind loads. Traditional roofing relies on gravity, but mechanical fasteners provide crucial insurance. The thermal mass of the dark tiles will also absorb the sun's energy, helping to regulate the building's internal temperature. Working up high demands constant balance, ensuring every single row is flush and even before progressing down the slope. With the structure sealed from above, the interior transformation begins. Decades of abandonment leave a heavy residue of dust, fractured stone, and biological decay on the floor. Clearing this out reveals the true state of the mud brick walls, which are deeply scarred by long-term moisture intrusion. The first step inside is simply sweeping out the cobwebs and hauling away the loose rubble. A clean workspace is a strict prerequisite for laying out any new framing or repairing the damaged masonry. Outside, the courtyard demands a permanent upgrade. Pouring a massive concrete slab over the saturated earth establishes a clean, durable transit surface that will not turn to mud during heavy downpours. Before the mix cures entirely, a heavy plastic mold is pressed into the wet surface, imprinting a decorative brick pattern that blends seamlessly with the rustic aesthetic. Breaking through sections of the old slab allows a deep-rooted tree to anchor the center, providing essential shade and a natural focal point. As the stamped concrete hardens, cleaning the artificial joints gives the surface a convincing, weathered texture. In the center, a polished star emblem is embedded flush into the floor, an intricate detail that breaks the visual monotony of the wide gray expanse. Returning indoors, the uneven floors must be addressed. A heavy-gauge plastic vapor barrier is laid down first, preventing ground moisture from wicking upward into the living space. A massive volume of sand and cement is mixed by hand, demanding significant physical endurance. Troweling this fresh mortar bed flat requires a keen eye and steady pressure, establishing a perfectly level subfloor capable of supporting finished flooring. The thick earthen walls provide excellent insulation, but they restrict natural light. Expanding the window openings means breaking through dense, compacted material that has settled into a hardened mass over decades. A heavy hammer drill shatters the masonry, creating a much larger aperture for modern glass. Structural integrity, however, remains the primary concern. A massive vertical crack runs down the interior wall, a dangerous flaw caused by long-term foundation settling. Packing this void with fresh mortar binds the separated faces back together, restoring the load-bearing capacity of the wall. When the mortar cures, it will bridge the gap seamlessly, preventing further lateral movement. Every structural weakness must be resolved before cosmetic work can begin. Once the walls are plastered and painted, the final fixtures are locked into place. Caulking the window seams creates an airtight seal against drafts, significantly improving thermal efficiency. The mitered cuts on the wooden trim must be exact to maintain clean, professional corners. Alongside the carpentry, modern electrical components are wired into the newly channeled conduits. Stripping the insulation requires care to avoid nicking the copper core, which could cause a dangerous arc. Securing metallic sockets into the bright yellow walls introduces a functional contrast, bridging the gap between rustic charm and contemporary convenience. Preparing surfaces for custom paneling requires aggressive demolition. Chiseling away broken floor sections and scraping old texture off the walls guarantees a flush fit for the new materials. These massive, polished wooden boards have a rich grain that instantly warms the room's atmosphere. Pressing them firmly against the plaster is a crucial alignment check. If the wall bows even slightly, the boards will warp over time. Every piece of wood acts as an acoustic dampener as well, absorbing sound and softening the acoustics inside the previously hard-surfaced room. Structural carpentry continues with the staircase, where every tread must bear dynamic weight. Carving precise notches into the timber allows the steps to lock mechanically into the stringers, relying on geometry rather than just fasteners for stability. Overhead, the ceiling receives a similar level of craftsmanship. Long wooden planks are nailed directly to the joists, completely concealing the rough roof insulation. Drilling clean, circular holes through this new ceiling paneling prepares the space for recessed lighting, ensuring that modern utilities remain flush and unobtrusive. final layer of the interior is the flooring. Wood grain laminate planks snap together rapidly, floating over the concrete subfloor. This interlocking system allows the floor to expand and contract with seasonal humidity without buckling. Measuring and cutting the terminal pieces ensures a tight margin against the walls. Stepping back, the loft space is completely transformed. The warm tones of the laminate and the wood-paneled ceiling enclosed lofts the room, finishing a long cycle of heavy renovation. Inside the main living areas, bespoke details tie the design together. Using a chisel to shave the wood guarantees a tight friction fit. Heavy wooden dowels are hammered into place, creating robust, hidden joints that can easily support the weight of thick, natural log shelves. The dedicated tea room requires a sense of enclosure and calm. Lifting a solid, custom-built wooden door onto its hinges finalizes this serene sanctuary. The pale grain of the panel complements the warm yellow plaster, achieving a minimalist aesthetic. What was once a crumbling ruin is now a highly finished, peaceful retreat. Moving to the outdoor kitchen, the centap is a traditional brick stove. Building this structure requires carefully stacked courses, leaving internal channels for air intake and exhaust. Proper airflow is essential for the fire to draw correctly and reach high cooking temperatures. Packing sawdust into the circular openings creates a temporary form for the wet mortar, which will burn away perfectly during the first firing. Finishing the exterior with a thick coat of gray plaster seals the masonry, protecting the stove from the elements while providing a smooth base for tiling. Heavy machinery makes quick work of the final earth moving. An excavator deposits massive loads of reddish soil to build up the grade along the boundary wall. Manually leveling this dirt ensures proper drainage away from the newly constructed foundations. From above, the scale of the achievement is undeniable. The gray tiled roof and pristine plasterwork sit beautifully against the natural landscape. Down below, the outdoor kitchen stands fully operational, blending traditional cooking methods with a clean, modern layout. In the end, structure and landscape operate as one unified system, a forgotten ruin brought